Hi, I'm Melody.
I'm Candi.
And I'm Gabe.
And you're listening to
Quirks,
Bumps,
and Bruises. Well, on this episode of Quirks, Bumps, and Bruises, we're back to the same old thing we usually end up talking about, and that is food and weight.
I know. We love food. We hate to be fat, but you can't. There's no right thing there.
I still say that when you become saved, you should get a coupon. And the coupon should say, from now until you reach the pearly gates, and even hereafter, all food is calorie-free.
Yes.
That would be heaven is the biggest perk of all from getting saved. Let's just be honest, right?
Right.
But you'd have a lot more saved people.
I'm with you.
I don't think I can argue with that.
A lot more healthy Christian people, too.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. So I come in this morning to work, and on the counter.
Oh.
Yeah.
The devil's alive.
He is.
And well, because there is 2 boxes, not one, but 2 boxes of Cinnabons. And not the mini ones.
No,
the ones that are the size of my head.
They are the $5 ones. They're big.
They're
Very large.
huge. And I've been trying to not eat sweets. So ask me if I succumb to the temptation.
I don't need to ask you because I saw you.
I did. I succumbed.
She's got a little bit of icing on the corner of your lip there.
Yeah.
Oh, let me get that off.
Yeah.
But I did not eat the whole thing. Does that count for any kind of?
I can't believe I ate the whole
I did not.
thing.
I only ate half of it. And honestly, it was almost hard to get. It was so sweet.
It was
That is super
very
sweet.
rich.
But
Very rich.
So good. And even that half of that Cinnabon, y'all.
Wasn't enough?
Yes, it was enough, but it had probably 5,000 calories.
Oh, sure. The other half wouldn't have hurt you.
We found out recently that if you go and get one of those pumpkin spice iced coffees with whipped cream on the top, you might as well eat 17 Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yeah.
That is unreal.
It's
And
got so much sugar in it.
When I think of drinks and things, I feel like those don't stay in your body quite as bad as like bread, dough, and all things like that.
Right.
They're
when
not
I go
good
through,
for
I'm
you.
like, oh, it's just a drink. It's a coffee drink.
I could drink a coffee drink every day. I love them. But they will they'll pack the pounds.
Once on the
Because it's
lips,
just
twice
pure
on the
su-
hips.
I went 3 times on my hips. So it's just, I don't know. It's just frustrating because you love to eat. Eating is fun. It's good. It's how we celebrate stuff. It's
It
how we
is.
invite friends. You know what I mean?
Especially in the South. The kitchen is the center of the home.
Yes.
Yes.
It's where you gather. It's where when people come in, you kind of just naturally, you don't just go sit on the couch. You just naturally gravitate to the kitchen.
Yes.
And like you said, it's what we use for celebrations. It's what you use for everything. But here's the hard thing. I've heard this before about eating and why it's so hard to say no to the extras and all that. Because it's necessary for life.
Yes. We have
Eating
to do
is
it.
necessary for life. What we do, though, is make terrible food choices
Right.
along with it. But it's easy to justify it because it's necessary for life.
Yes. I agree. Kind of like breathing.
A greasy, nasty cheeseburger. Well, a great tasting cheeseburger, but nasty for your body. You can pass that off because you're like, well, I have to eat it anyways. I might as well eat something that I like.
Yeah.
And then before you know it,
I know.
you're rolling in the doorway.
I know.
It is the truth. And I think I was coming to work this morning and our neighbor, who is also a family member, has just had a rough year. And I thought, we haven't done anything for her in a long time. And instead of saying, I'm going to go buy them a membership to the YMCA, I said, I need to bake them something. I need to
Right.
bake
Oh,
a
yeah.
pie, bake,
Yeah.
make dinner, bake a cake, anything for him. So it is, you celebrate. And that's just the way that you show love to people.
Yeah.
My husband, I make him a great meal to come home to. And that doesn't include a salad.
And I
Right.
grew up like that. I don't know about
yeah.
you all, but I grew up with a mom who was a great cook and showed love for others by cooking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hence the way I look, the way I do now. But I love doing that. Like if I would have you over for dinner, Gabe, Candi over for dinner, I love that. And I would pull out all the stops.
Well, honey, we love it too.
I'm free Thursday.
Me too.
I have no plans.
It is just fun. Like that is a love language. If there's another love language,
Right. Oh,
mine
yeah.
is cooking for people.
Yeah,
I
mine is
love
eating.
doing that.
And even like my mom keeps all the ingredients on hand at all times for this. Okay, so I've made it for y'all, this chocolate pound cake.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
been
It's
a
her
while,
recipe
Gabe.
that I use.
Chocolate chip pound cake.
Yes.
Oh,
Well, she
so good.
keeps all the ingredients on hand at all times because that's her go-to specialty
She's a good woman.
for when someone passes away, and they're kind of at that point. Like,
Yeah.
it seems like, at least every few weeks there's someone that, and they live in a very small town where I grew up. So it's like, even if you hadn't seen somebody in 10 years, but you grew up with their, just that connection's there, you still reach out and do something. So it seems like every few days or something when I talk to Mom, it's, I made a cake because I heard this person at church, and I drop this cake off. So even just like that, when someone passes away, you bake something, you make some kind of goodie, and you take it over.
Take it to them, I know.
That's, as you said, that's a love language. That's how you show appreciation and how you show that you care.
And can we just talk about church potlucks?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all, I'd
Yeah.
rather go to those than any buffet.
Yes.
anywhere.
Too.
They're so
Yes.
good.
Well, you've got the best cooks ever cooking their
One
best
place.
dishes, because especially there are some that like to kind of, it's almost like a competition. Do you know what I mean?
A
Like, they
holy
like-
competition.
Yeah, everybody likes to show off their stuff, but then it's just all spread out there like God's banquet table, and
I
it's
know.
just
You don't
yes.
have room for everything on your plate, and that's phenomenal. That's
And I've gone to the same church for a long time, so I know who makes what.
Oh,
who's
yeah.
got the good
The
stuff.
best. So I know who's deviled eggs to go for. I know who's fried chicken to go for.
Mashed
I know who's
potatoes.
cobbler to go for.
There's
Like
green bean casserole.
I know. I know the people.
Oh, yeah.
I also know who the ones not to go for, if you know what I'm
Well,
saying.
that's there. Yeah, it is. There is that. Yeah.
There's always a few of those as well. But
Bless.
food is definitely a love language. Well, I'm going to tell y'all a few things that may make you rethink. There's still Cinnabons left in there.
Yeah, and I'm about to go grab one.
Yeah.
Like
I haven't
6
had mine
gigantic
yet
ones are
today.
still left in there. So this may make you rethink it, because I'm going to tell you the amount of weight lost and what that is equivalent to.
Like if I lose 5 pounds, it's like carrying a bag of sugar.
Yes.
I'll
So I'm
drop
going
it
to tell you, because you're
Yeah.
going to be shocked. Let's start with 1 pound. 1 pound.
Okay.
One
A
little
guinea
old
pig.
pound.
That's the equivalent of losing a guinea pig. 1 pound. All right, you mentioned 5 pounds, Candy. We're going to go to another animal, because you've had this animal in your house before.
A chihuahua?
Yes. You lose 5 pounds, it's the equivalent of losing a chihuahua.
You used to have a chihuahua?
I did. I really did. Long time ago. And yeah, I mean,
I didn't know that.
she was probably honest. I mean, she could have been about 5 pounds. And you think, what a small dog. But when you pick her up and carry her around everywhere, and then you set it down, you're like, whew, it's nice to get that off. Well,
Yeah.
good grief.
Yeah.
5 pounds.
10 pounds. This one's kind of, ugh. If you lose 10 pounds, it's equivalent to all the chemical additives in the food that we consume each year.
What?
So we consume 10 pounds of chemicals in our bodies each and every year.
That's true. Everything we eat's processed.
Yeah.
Y'all,
yeah.
that's horrible.
It is. 15 pounds. If you lose 15 pounds, that's the same as 10 dozen large eggs.
That's
10
crazy.
dozen.
That is crazy to me. And you go to the grocery store right now without a cart, and you try to put
You pick up 10 dozen eggs.
Unreal.
Yeah.
And you
crazy.
think then
Carry
what
that
you're
around.
just carrying around on your body. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you lose 20 pounds, pick up an automobile tire, a car tire.
That's crazy.
Same thing.
Wow.
Yes.
No wonder we feel horrible
I
all
know.
the time.
Sluggish.
Yeah.
I just feel sluggish all the time, y'all.
Have y'all ever lost 25 pounds?
Yeah.
I've lost 25 pounds before.
That's about the most that
Gabe's
I've ever
going,
lost.
no, I haven't.
I think like 15 is probably the most I've ever, because I just don't, I lack the willpower to go for it and
Yeah.
do it. I say I want to look good and I say I want to feel better, but then those Cinnabons call to me
Oh, I
and they're
know.
there.
Hence me eating one this morning after I've been trying not
Yeah, and
to.
then I'm like, I'm already married. It don't matter.
That is such a
She's
man
in it to win
answer.
it.
That
It's,
is
yeah.
Leslie, I'm so
I've let
sorry.
myself go.
Yeah, he's letting himself go. Bless him. 25 pounds. Y'all ready for this? An average 2-year-old child.
Yes. And you just think
25
carrying one of
pounds.
those around on your hip all day.
I know. And you know, when you pick up a 2-year-old, they're heavy.
I know.
It's crazy, isn't it? All right, let's go to 40 pounds. If you lose 40 pounds, I've actually lost 40 pounds. That's the highest. One time I lost 40 pounds.
Wow.
A 5-gallon bottle of water or an average human leg. So a leg weighs, just one leg weighs 40 pounds?
I'm sure, yeah.
I would think, well, they hadn't tried my leg. They they obviously have not checked my leg.
Well, I'm thinking like last night, Tucker and I were out. My 4-year-old, we were playing in the driveway. He wants to play basketball, so I have the rim lowered as low as it will go, but I have to put him up on my shoulder, so he's sitting on my shoulder, and I have my arms, around his legs holding to him, and he's just right at 40 pounds, and I could do it for about 3 shots. And I was like, son, you're gonna have to do it on your own.
And they think you're carrying that around.
Yeah,
it's crazy, isn't it?
I could stand to lose 40. I could stand to lose 40. I know that.
Oh, honey. Times 2. 55 pounds. A 5,000 BTU air conditioner, y'all.
I'm not sure what that is, but if it's an air conditioning unit, it would have to be large.
Yes.
That sounds like a lot.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to move to 100 pounds. A 2-month-old horse.
Well, giddy up.
If you lose 100 pounds, it's like losing a horse. A horse is a horse, a horse.
Of course.
Oh, Wilbur.
All right, I'm going to move on. 120 pounds is the amount of trash you throw away in a month. And you know how we have the big bags of trash?
Oh, yeah, I carry them to the curb every week.
120 pounds is the amount of trash.
What are y'all throwing away?
The horse. I'm going to do just a couple of more because these are just so interesting.
They are.
150 pounds is the complete Oxford English Dictionary. Have you ever seen it?
Yes.
It's like this big.
How many pounds?
That was 150
pounds. The complete Oxford English Dictionary. Yep. 200 pounds are 2 bloodhounds. You know those huge dogs?
Big dogs.
300 pounds, an average football lineman.
Yeah, so we're talking about whole other people now. Like if you need to lose 300 pounds.
You're losing a person,
and
which
then
makes
some.
sense. And then lastly, let me do the last one I've got is 400 pounds. We're going to move from people back to horses, but it's a Welsh pony. A pony. I guess those are huge and weigh 400 pounds.
That's unbelievable.
So when we think about eating and you think about that, I think I'm going to just tape this to my, refrigerator, this little chart that's telling me, because that does give you a little incentive, don't it? Y'all want to go eat one of them Cinnabons?
I thought you'd never ask.
Mine's in the microwave.
Thanks for listening to the Quirks, Bumps, and Bruises podcast with Melody, Candi, and Gabe. If you enjoyed the show, please take a moment to subscribe, rate, and share the podcast. You can learn more at joyfm.org.
Try Peas and Carrots podcast for more encouragement. Brian and Kayla share life from their piece of the vegetable patch. Expect a laugh, find common ground, and hear stories you can't wait to share. It's a podcast about doing life together, growing in Christ together, and learning to laugh no matter what comes your way. Search Peas and Carrots podcast wherever you listen to podcasts today. Get quick encouragement on the go with your encouraging 5-minute podcast. It's a weekly dose of encouragement to start your week off right. Search your encouraging 5-minute podcast today.